Hello and welcome to Supplywise, the what and why for residential, commercial, and industrial building supply. I'm your host, Andrew Stevens of Mountainland Supply, and today we're talking with Matt Butler, Rinnai sales representative. How's it going, Matt?
It's going wonderful, thank you.
I'm glad to have you on to talk about Rinnai and Rinnai products today. Some really exciting stuff going on, I think.
Yeah, lots of new stuff with Rinnai.
So first thing we want to talk about was they're committed to investing in the United States, it seems.
Right. Yeah, so Rinnai's actually started manufacturing in the United States. They've got a 300,000 square foot manufacturing plant in Georgia that they're actually assembling and building the tankless water heaters in.
That's great. I think that's pretty cool out there in Georgia to kind of help support people. We talked a little bit about, before we started recording, the Folds of Honor, and I think this is super cool. You want to just walk me through that real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. So in continuing to invest here locally in the United States, Rinnai's paired up with the Folds of Honor, which is a nonprofit organization that was put together by Major Dan Rooney, and they're investing in the families of fallen soldiers. So they're for every Rinnai unit sold, they're contributing some money towards a scholarship to put the children and spouses of fallen soldiers into our vocational trades, specifically plumbing and HVAC. So it's a big contribution to our fallen soldiers and to investing in the United States.
I think that's super cool. Just making sure that, soldiers and troops and everything have, they've got a way to be supported. Which I think is super important.
Right.
And it kind of continuing with that support, there's also online training that's available.
Yeah.
That you can access at any time.
Yeah, so Rinnai never wants our contractors or the installers to feel like they're out on their own. Mm-hmm. So we've got 24-hour tech support available. We're talking if it's 2 a.m. on Christmas, there's somebody that's going to talk to you and help you get going. So we need to remember that there's tech support available. We also have an online training course that, if there's a contractor that wants to invest in his education on how to work with our products or how to work with the industry standards, we've got online training that they can do 24 hours a day.
And like you said, it's just, they never wants to make you feel like you're alone. That's one of the worst feelings, right? It's just kind of going, oh no, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, you don't know where to turn, but yeah, we've got your back. You're covered.
Yeah, and so I think that's, it's just kind of that peace of mind that you get from knowing that there's good support out there,
right,
which is so important. Customer service is so important these days. Mountainland has focused a lot on making sure that our customers are having, they've got good businesses and they're able to kind of be there where they're supportive. And so we're happy to work with Rinnai and sell Rinnai products knowing that they have this kind of support in there.
Yeah.
And then we wanted to talk a little bit about some hybrid and other products from Rinnai.
So on the water heating side, Rinnai is really focused on, they've got the tankless water heaters, and they are the staple of tankless water heaters. You know that if you're going to get one of their products, that the integrity behind it, the strength behind it is so solid. As long as it's applied correctly and installed correctly, you're not going to have to worry about that thing. Mm-hmm. So the life expectancy and the return for the consumers is huge. They're also making it a lot easier to install for the contractors. One of the big things for tankless has been that contractors aren't real techie in the plumbing side, but we've really simplified this. Like, there's no more dip switches for our tankless water heaters, which is a big deal.
Yeah,
that's a big deal. So, we're taking that same tankless unit and we're applying it in the commercial applications. So what we do is we take a tankless water heater and we apply it to a storage tank, and then we pull the water out of that tank and recirculate it back into the tank. So it's basically similar to what you would have with a 100-gallon water heater, but it's a 119-gallon water heater with a tankless unit bolted to the front. So your recovery rate's a lot faster than your standard water heater. Your life expectancy is significantly longer because you never put scale inside the tank.
Right.
That's the ultimate failure of water heaters, is scale inside the tank. You don't get that with our application. So the efficiency, the longevity, the first hour usage for water is all significantly higher than any standard right now. The other thing is the ultra low NOx. Rinnai's been doing ultra low NOx for years and years and years, so that's nothing new to us. A lot of manufacturers are having to step back and reassess their burner systems and create new burners for their water heaters, but we're not, because we've been doing this for decades. So it's nothing new to us. So we're not going to have callbacks, we're not going to have failures, we're not going to have warranties.
Yeah, so you're going to be, kind of ahead of the curve.
Yeah,
with,
by far.
With Rinnai. Just having the quality, the peace of mind knowing that it's going to be there.
Right.
The only time you're ever going to have the customers calling you about it is when it's time to replace it, years and years and years down the line.
Right.
You're going to have satisfied customers in the best way possible, and that they're not going to be calling you up because your commercial water heater isn't working.
Right. Yeah, satisfied customers and satisfied contractors because they're so much easier to install and work with. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on, Matt.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Been great chatting with you about these. It sounds like Rinnai is up to some really great stuff, really helpful, useful things, not only with their products, but also with their company policies, their kind of the way they're looking for. We've had a couple episodes talking about Mountain Land's employee engagement and kind of meshing the vision of the corporate vision and everything together, and it really sounds like Rinnai has a really clear vision for what they want to do.
Yeah, Rinnai wants to be a partner with people like Mountain Land and with other people that are investing in our future here as a whole in North America. So yeah, we really appreciate it.
All right, well, thanks for coming on. You can find out more about these products at mountainlandsupply.com. Is there a Rinnai site as well?
Yeah, so there's Rinnai.us, which is the general website. And then that online training website is Rinnai-LMS.com.
All right, great. Yeah, Rinnai-LMS.com.
You got it.
So check that out for the online training. If you want to have access to that 24/7, whenever you've got free time, if you want to train up and learn any more. Be sure to check out mountainlandsupply.com/supplywise to find more episodes of this podcast, and make sure you tune in each week to find out more about the products and services that make you Supplywise.